Habari wanafunzi. Welcome back to class. Today's lesson is one of the most powerful topics we have covered on this channel. Can the President of Kenya be removed from office before their term ends? The answer, according to the Constitution of Kenya 2010, is yes. And there's a very specific, very detailed process for how that happens. In October 2024, Kenya watched this process play out in real time, not against the president, but against his deputy. And it changed history. So today we learn the full process from the Constitution. Word for word, lesson by lesson. The Constitution of Kenya provides only two legal routes to remove a president before the end of their term, on the grounds of incapacity under Article 144, or by impeachment under Article 145. Let's write these down. Clearly, Route 1, Article 144, removal on grounds of incapacity. This applies when the president can no longer perform their duties due to physical or mental illness. Route 2, Article 145, removal. By impeachment, this applies when the president has broken the law, committed a crime, or behaved with gross misconduct. Today, we will cover both routes fully, but we will start with the one that carries the most weight, impeachment under Article 145. Under Article 145, a member of the National Assembly may move a motion for the impeachment of the president on three grounds. First, on the ground of a gross violation of a provision of the Constitution or of any other law. Second, where there are serious reasons for believing that the president has committed a crime under national or international law. Or third, for gross misconduct. Let us break these down simply. Ground 1, gross violation of the Constitution or any law. This means the president has deliberately broken the rules that govern this country. Not a minor mistake, a gross violation. A serious, significant breach. Ground 2, commission of a crime. If there are serious reasons to believe the president has committed a criminal offense, whether under Kenyan law or international law, that is grounds for impeachment. Ground 3, gross misconduct. This is the broadest ground. It covers behavior that is fundamentally unacceptable in a person holding the highest office in the land. These are not easy thresholds to meet. That is by design. The Constitution does not want the president removed for small disagreements. It requires serious provable grounds. Sawa. Now we move to the actual process. How does it start? A member of the National Assembly, supported by at least a third of all the members, may move a motion for the impeachment of the president. The National Assembly has 350 members. A third of that is approximately 117 members. That is the minimum number needed just to table the motion. Once the motion is tabled, debate begins. MPs argue for and against. Evidence is presented. The accused president is given an opportunity to respond through their representatives. Then comes the vote. If the motion is supported by at least two-thirds of all the members of the National Assembly, the Speaker shall inform the Speaker of the Senate of that resolution within 2 days. Two-thirds of 350 is approximately 203 members. This is a very high bar. It means the impeachment must have broad, cross-party support. It cannot be a simple political majority. Pushing one party's agenda, and critically, the President shall continue to perform the functions of the office pending the outcome of the proceedings. The President is not immediately removed. They continue working. The process must run its full course first. Once the National Assembly passes the motion, the matter moves to the Senate, Kenya's upper house of parliament. Within 7 days after receiving notice of a resolution from the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Speaker of the Senate shall convene a meeting of the Senate to hear charges against the President, and the Senate, by resolution, may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. This special committee of 11 senators is like a mini-court. They examine the evidence. They listen to both sides. They investigate the specific charges that were passed by the National Assembly. The special committee shall investigate the matter and report to the Senate within 10 days, whether it finds the particulars of the allegations against the president to have been substantiated. Now, the committee reports back to the full Senate with one of two findings. If the allegations are not substantiated, no further action is taken. The process ends. The president continues in office. If the allegations are substantiated, the Senate proceeds to the final and most powerful step. The Senate shall, after according the president an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. Cliff Decker Hoffmeyer, the president, or their legal team, gets to appear before the Senate and defend themselves. This is a constitutionally guaranteed right. No one in Kenya, not even the president, can be condemned without being heard. Then the Senate votes. If at least two-thirds of all the members of the Senate vote to uphold any impeachment charge, the president shall cease to hold office. Cliff Decker Hoffmeyer Kenya's Senate has 67 members. Two-thirds is approximately 45 senators. And notice, they only need to uphold any one charge. Not all of them, just one. If 45 or more senators agree that even a single charge has been proven, the president is removed. If the president is removed through impeachment, what happens? The Constitution says the deputy president shall assume office for the remainder of the term. Friedrich Naumann Foundation. The deputy president is immediately sworn in as president. They serve out the rest of the term. No fresh election is called. The constitutional succession takes effect automatically. A person who has been removed from office through impeachment is disqualified from holding any other state office. Cliff Decker Hoffmeyer, this is a critical point. Impeachment is not just about losing the job. It carries long-term consequences for your political career in Kenya. Now, let us briefly cover the second route. Removal on grounds of incapacity under Article 144. A member of the National Assembly, supported by at least a quarter of all the members, may move a motion for the investigation of the president's physical or mental capacity to perform the functions of office. A quarter of 350 MPs is approximately 88 members, a lower threshold than impeachment, because this route is not about punishment. It is about welfare, ensuring that the country has a president who is physically and mentally capable of leading. If the motion is supported by a majority of all the members of the National Assembly, the Speaker shall inform the Chief Justice of that resolution within 2 days. Within 7 days, the Chief Justice shall appoint a tribunal consisting of 3 persons qualified to practice medicine under the laws of Kenya, 1 advocate of the High Court, and 1 person nominated by the President. This tribunal, which includes the President's own nominee, examines the President and reports within 14 days. If they find the President is incapable, the National Assembly votes. If a majority ratify the report, the President ceases to hold office. This route has never been used in Kenya, but it exists in the Constitution as a protection for the country. Now, wanafunzi, let us look at how this Republic of Kenya, the Constitution, had been tested. And it worked. Leo tumejifunza mengi. Today we learned a great deal. Let us review. 1. The Constitution provides 2 routes to remove a president: incapacity under Article 144 and impeachment under Article 145. 2. Grounds for impeachment: gross violation of the Constitution, commission of a crime, or gross misconduct. 3. The process starts in the National Assembly, needs 1-3 to table, and 2-3 to pass. 4. The Senate then investigates through a special committee of 11 and votes. 2-3 majority needed to remove. 5. The President has the constitutional right to be heard before the Senate votes. 6. If removed, the Deputy President is sworn in immediately for the remainder of the term. 7. In October 2024, Kenya made history. The Gachagua impeachment showed the world that our Constitution is not just words on paper. It is a living document. That is the power of knowing your laws. Share this video, subscribe, and join us in our next